Alrighty, welcome everyone. I am doing this from my Mac, which is not ideal, but uh, also hearing the stream because I have it open as well, so I need to mute that. There we go. Um, yeah, so I apologize for not having webcam today, but maybe when my PC is resurrected, I'll sort that out. But I hope that's not too big of a deal. So today we are going to be adding the sniper ship. Let me see if I can pull up some concept art. Let's see. All right, I found it. All right. So the sniper is going to be a new elite ship. Recall that the current elite ships include the torpedo ship, the heavy laser ship, and the battleships. So they're powerful than the normal base ships like the basic lasers and that stuff. And these should offer some variety to the game. And so the concept here is that it will be a long-range ship, meaning it shoots from much longer range than the normal ships do. So it could even be shooting from a different base. But to balance this, they can only shoot at targets that your other ships can see. Basically, they can only shoot at targets which your other troops are currently fighting with. So it can do a good job at supporting attacks you're making, and it won't just be annoying and just randomly just blasting the enemy ships at all times. And then in terms of art direction, I figured it's important that all ships have a good profile, right? We want them to all look distinct. And it's important that ships have consistency in what visual elements they use with other ships, aka mainly that the laser ships that shoot lasers tend to be a little more rounded off, and the ships that are explosive or shoot missiles are more angular. And so I've done a little mock-up here of the sniper. This is from on the left side of here. This is the, I guess, top or bottom view. And as you can see, it has a long sort of barrel, I suppose, or a way to focus the energy, which is a new thing. I was originally going to do some sort of railgun thing, but it's sort of already kind of being used for the heavy laser. So I went with this approach with the hoops. And so if we ever add other long-range ships, they'll probably use a very similar and consistent design for this long sort of barrel, I suppose. And then here's just from side view. As you can see, the main part of it sticks out from the sides, and these little focusing discs or whatever stick out as well. And it's going to shoot a laser. We've played around with other ideas, and I'd love to hear your feedback about ships that would potentially shoot long range missiles and other cool stuff. But for now, we're just going to keep it a laser because I also think you have to be more tactical about your sniper placement. You can see in this little mock-up of the battle, right, that the snipers were not placed right over here behind the attack that's happening. They're placed far at different angles. So when the enemy the enemy doesn't have any shields here, but if they were to put up their shields to combat your force moving in here, they would be getting shot and picked off from other angles, right? So I think this will have a lot of potential to help the team play aspects of the game. And I just want to quickly make sure that everything is in order with the stream. I'm pretty sure my mic is transmitting, and hopefully I should have desktop audio. There won't be that much audio. That would be nice to find some music or something. Let me see. I'm just going to Twitch and just gonna verify that the stream is running properly.
And there we go.
Let me turn off my desktop audio, actually. Testing, testing. All right, awesome. Thank you. All right, so let's jump into this. So I've done a bit of work off stream. You know, last stream we were we were really grinding out there, and you know, doing a lot of. We had to do a whole like refactor, and we did all the modeling and stuff. But I wanted to keep this stream a little bit shorter, and so what I've done is I've done the modeling and the boring part of the coding off stream. So let's see, I'm pulling up Blender. This is what I use to do all the shifts. And let's see. Great. All right, so they loaded there. Here, so here's our sniper ship. It sticks pretty true to the design, and I've added some, you know, of our energy core and our lines coming off of it, and I think it looks pretty nice. And here you can see other ships like the Heavy Laser, which is one of my other favorite ships. So now we have this, all this work has been already done. Of course, we can change this later and tweak it according to feedback, but we can already start using this in game. So let's just hop over to Unity, right? So we're going to want to make a prefab for the ship, right? Like, as you can see, here's our folder, and we have a bunch of different ships here, all the ships in the game. We have, you know, our favorites, like the Heavy Laser. Where's this tiny little guy? Let me move him out of the ground a little bit. There we go. Our Heavy Laser. And now, you know, these are objects, and they have, you know, a ship script and a line for their the line that extends in front of them. And so let's just start off by, well, I'm going to use one of these as a base. So I'm just going to take what we already have, and then I'm just going to switch out some stuff. So I've untied this from the prefab, and I'm just going to call it the sniper ship. And I'm going to just switch its model here to, I think it's called sniper ship. And already, wow, that looks cool. We can already see that the sniper is in game and is using the lovely blue color scheme. And yeah, that's looking awesome. All right. And let me just, we don't need to scoot it back and forth. It can be, this is representing the center of the object, so where it'll rotate around, and that all looks good. But now we're not going to want to use the same script as the Heavy Laser one, because this is a little more complex. It can shoot long distances. So what I'm going to do is find my scripts folder, and we're going to create a new one for this ship. So scripts, as you can see, it's a little bit of a mess, but I know, actually, let me just look up where is shooting ship currently. Let me see, what folder are these? Oh, great, in ships. Okay. So let's just call this long range shooting ship. Maybe we'll have other types of long range shooting ships eventually. But for now, this is basically just the sniper class, right? So I'm going to open this bad boy up, and someone just said that they don't think the Twitch chat is working. Let me see. Just want to make sure everyone is able to chat. All right. Well, I'll keep monitoring that, and hopefully things will work out there. All right. So I'm actually going to pull up a reference script. It's always, you know, these ships often work in very similar ways. So I'm pulling up the shooting ship. I'm just gonna lovely put on this second display here. And this script clearly doesn't do a lot. All it basically does is, well, it inherits from ship, which all the ships inherit from ship. So that's, you know, the shield ships, the basic laser ships, the battleships, all that stuff. And so those have a lot of like infrastructure that helps us, saves us basically a ton of time. We don't have to code anything from scratch. So this one, all it does is whenever it's rotating towards its target, it does a fire update, which is just, let me just pull that up for context. It's on the troop. A troop is just, it could be a turret or it could be a ship. So this fire update, basically this is like, basically this is the ship saying, I want to fire. Can I fire, you know? So it says like, oh, if the time is greater than the next time we can fire, so this is if we're like, we just shot and we can't just infinitely shoot a stream of death out, obviously, so we have to wait. And there's stuff like waiting after being grabbed, and you have to also make sure that you're actually pointing towards the target, so you can compute the angle and make sure it's less than, I think, like 5 degrees here. And then you can actually fire, right? But I'm just doing this so for some context here. But effectively, we're going to be mimicking a very similar structure here, where we're just going to basically say, actually, I'm pretty sure I might be able to make the long-range shooting ship just inherit from shooting ship, which basically means that we sort of classify the long-range shooting ship as a shooting ship, and then that shooting ship is also a ship, and that ship is a troop, and blah, blah, blah. But basically, I think that behavior between shooting ships and long-range shooting ships should be consistent enough that we can just use this. And you might ask, okay, what more do we even need? It can shoot. But we have to specify whether it can do a long-range target, basically. Whether it gets its targets in the same way, or it does a long-distance targeting. And this is some of the work I've done off stream, which is to basically allow certain ships, if they have, basically, we have a function saying like, the targeting manager will call this and say, can you do long-range ship targeting or long-distance targeting? And usually ships say no, but this one is special and says yes. So that means we can shoot at targets that are very far away. Cool. So for now, I know this is a lot of code we've clearly written, but we'll add to it later. But this should be semi-functional. Of course, there could be bugs or stuff, but this level of stuff, basically, it should shoot at a target it has, and that's about all we want for the base level functionality here. So now what I'm going to do, let's collapse this. I'm just going to add a long-range shooting ship here. I'll remove the shooting ship, and we're going to just move that up. All right, great. So now I can go back to my little prefab folder, and we can actually make this an official prefab just by dragging it in. As you can see now, it's online with a bunch of other ships. But we actually have to make it an official ship in the game. This just being a prefab just means we can, like, in theory, we could like spawn it, but we need to make the game have awareness of that. So we have a script called ship class manager, which basically has, as you can see here, all the different ship classes from laser turret to missile ship, point defense, blah blah blah, nuke, and so we will be adding a new entry to this, I guess, registry of ship classes. But before I do that, I actually need to go in here, and I need to add a new name. Awesome. Okay, good to hear that the chat is working. Awesome. Okay. So we're going to need to, what was I doing? Oh, yes. Okay. We have a ship class name here, which I'm just going to jump to. And this is basically internally, it's sort of helpful to have these outlined. So we have all the ships in here, and I'm just going to add a new entry called Sniper. That's probably as descriptive as we need to be. You can always change that later. Great. Okay. Now that we've added that, you might be like, okay, why did we even need to do that? But we've done that. Come on. For some reason, my dock switched to my second monitor. Whatever. Okay. We've done that. So now we can create a new entry. Obviously, we're not calling this a nuke. This is now a sniper. this, this is now a sniper, and we have this nice drop down because we added it in code, and so its class name is sniper. It's obviously not a bomb ship; it's a sniper ship, which now we're using that prefab and hooking this up. The power is a little. It's like, how good is this ship? I think the normal like laser ships and the missile ships and stuff are 10. So and the other elite ships, clearly the nuke was. I'm curious what torpedo is. Power 10. That's a little bold. I think these are about time for an update there. Torpedo is definitely better, so I'll update that to 14, which is, I guess, a value we're using for elite ships, where they're a little better. Not absolutely like 10 times better, but they're definitely better than normal ships. Range, right now I think this is technically irrelevant, but I'll just add, like, if the normal ship can shoot 8, let's say we can shoot, I don't even know the distances here. Maybe we can shoot 10 units instead of like 0.7, which is the normal range. Orbit type, elite, rotation speed. I wanna look at let's reference the laser and see what, obviously I think, like, I'd be curious to get your guys' feedback, but yeah, you're currently trying to break the game. You can definitely bypass ship limit. I think that should be possible. Yeah. But yeah, so the sniper, in my mind, so if a normal ship rotates at 180, I feel like, wait, why is this? Did I put the... Okay, clearly I'm kind of a fool also, because I put the... It should really be fodder layer over layer. Anyway, okay, a laser normally has a rotation speed of 180. I think that's like degrees per second, I'm not sure. But basically, more is faster rotation. So, I'm trying to get my Twitch chat. Every time I click off OBS, my Twitch chat just vanishes. So I'm trying to not have it do that, basically. All right. Well, guess that's not going to happen. Whatever. Cool. So I'm thinking, obviously we can tweak this with as we see it in game, but maybe the sniper shouldn't rotate as fast as a normal ship. Basically, in a 1v1 fight at close range, the sniper should lose for the most part. So I'll just make this, 100, and maybe that's too slow. We'll see. Obviously rotates to where it's going and rotates to the target. And the projectile, for now, we're just going to use the laser. And it doesn't have a secondary projectile. Here's where it gets interesting. Fire rate. I figured we'd want the snipers to be slow shooting. Definitely not as fast as the laser ships, which I think is like about 0.7. So maybe let's say like 1.8. Maybe that will be fine. I'm not sure. These are just some initial values for us. And so this next one, I actually need basically, we have to figure out... Actually, I'm just going to leave it at 0 for now. But basically, we'll need to figure out where, like, how basically long down the barrel the projectile spawns at. Just a visual thing. And no, it cannot shoot invisible troops. That would be OP. Icon. We don't have an icon yet, so we'll use whatever. Cool. Spawning type, basic. Okay. Awesome. So now it should be in the game, but it will not spawn because, the configurations will not include that. But I can go into the default fleet configuration here, and I can add another element. These are just like laser shield missile, and I can now tell it to spawn snipers. And let's spawn a lot of snipers. That doesn't mean 100 snipers, but basically it's just the chance that they spawn. Okay. So now we have it, and maybe it'll work. Who knows? We'll find out, I suppose. So I'm just going to play and test it out. So let's see. All right, so actually I need to turn off something. I want to make sure that I do not, my room that I'm in is not visible to other people or they can't join. So I'm just going to go onto an alpha version here real quick and do this. There we go. All right. Hopefully my Mac is obviously not as powerful as my PC, but hopefully it should make do. All right. We're going to go to, it doesn't matter, we're just going to go to Festum. Okay, it didn't immediately break, and there's a sniper. Okay, these are good signs. I guess let's just, obviously I'd like the, okay, actually hold on. I need to turn on the less weird, like I need to remove that stuff from our face, but luckily we just have a setting here. All right. Now we should not have UI all in our face when we're trying to play. I'm gonna create a game. Doesn't matter what it is. All right. Now, as you can see, our screen's looking a lot cleaner. So we have some snipers here. The one disadvantage is now I can't see my orb, so it's harder to do things. But, all right, we have snipers. I just want to see, will it try to shoot at this turret that I guess it did not want to. Okay, the next test is, can I just throw this in and will it shoot at something? That is real question. I'll just drop it down on this guy. Oh, okay. Well, it definitely took them out. Now it's sniping these guys. That's definitely doing something. I'm wondering. Okay. So it took out that planet. Let's see if I can. Oh. I need non-snipers. Come on, give me something. All right, this is good. I'm just gonna gather up some troops, and we're gonna go to off to the front lines. All right, so maybe I just want to like try to see if I just hang my dudes here. Okay, so something's not working properly about the targeting, but clearly, I mean, some of it was working. I'm wondering if maybe the issue is that my range that I programmed in from before when I was initially testing is just not long enough. So hopefully that's an easy fix. I'm going to go into the targeting manager where we have all the targeting related things. And now I'm just going to go the long distance search range, you know, for now. Well, actually I don't want to make this too crazy, but I think if I just go to 16, that should be fine. This should definitely be, you know, considering the maps are usually not that big, this should be fine. And what I'm also going to do is help us visualize this by basically drawing a gizmo. So what that means is that it's like a sort of debug visualization thing we can do. So on draw gizmos, and we can just fit. Why is this complaining? Okay, well, whatever. We can say if target exists basically, then we will set the gizmos.color to, let's draw like a red line or something. That's like our laser sight, I suppose. And we won't be able to see this in game, but we'll be able to see it in the scene view. So next I'm going to set, I'm going to draw a line, so gizmos.draw line, and we're going to go from our position to the target.get position. So I'm just going to run directly from our position to the target's position. It's perfect. Oh, this is end if. That's why it was being annoying. Okay, great. Now, if we have a target, we should see a red line there in the scene view. So now I'm going to have to play with not using this as the full view, which is fine. All right, booting it up. So now this is, we're mainly going to be looking at it through the scene view. And now, okay, let me first deal with these lines here. We don't need to see those. There's some other gizmos, though not the gizmos we want to see, that's for sure. All right. There we go. Cool. So, we'll do our best. This is kind of the UI is a little annoying too. Let me see how much I can turn off here. No, that is horrible. Okay. Looking for canvas or something, but I am not seeing that, so we're just gonna have to suffer. Oh, hello, Bok. Hello, Shock Smash. Yeah, the sniper idea is gonna be a lot of fun. Oh, we're already seeing sniper action over here. The snipers are clearly lining up these targets and taking them out. Yeah, I want to turn off more of this UI, but we might have to make do. What is this though? Gravity well or something? Dynamic gravity well? Okay, yes, perfect. All right. Basically, now what I want to test is like if I go, I definitely have snipers at my base. I want to see if I go and like harass this other. I don't want to grab the snipers. I want to grab like some fodder, basically. Come here. Yep. There we go. Okay. If I go over here, do my snipers try to target this? Or do they not? Clearly our ships are just getting wrecked. Clearly, also there's somehow a sniper just out in the in the void here. I mean, I guess it's going to that moon, and it's just wrecking whatever the heck's out there. Okay. Come on. So I basically just need to see what is working and what is the part that is like actually just busted. So if I go and attack this base, oh, I actually think I know what it is. Okay, yeah. I'm pretty sure I have a hypothesis. Basically, the game, if a ship is in it, there's like a targeting system, and it basically tries to optimize and says like, oh, if you're a ship and you're too far away from everything, don't even bother like trying to find a target. But actually, we want snipers to find targets, try to find targets at all times. So I think I just need to go into the targeting layer and sort that out. So basically remove that optimization for certain ships. So I think it would be agent target update. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so here's the issue. Okay. Yeah, all right. So basically we want to say we want to find a new target if the chunk is active. Basically just means, are there any enemies in the chunk we are in? And a chunk is just like kind of like in Minecraft, I guess, right? Like I can show the visualization in a second, but if you're looking at the map from a top-down view, it basically divides it into a grid and then uses that to say which grid tiles basically should the ships be targeting in. And so I'm going to do the does long range targeting, and this is just agent.does long range targeting. Now we can use this in the place of this down here, and we can say if the chunk is active or does long range targeting. Just gonna make sure my parentheses are in order. So now if it does long range targeting, actually just let me save on a little shred of memory here. Just by doing that. Okay. Now if we do long range targeting, then we should actually shoot now. And I also think that I made that a little bit of preemptive change. Well, whatever, that's fine. I think I increased the sniper's range too much because I thought that might be the problem, but clearly it's not. And now hopefully our snipers will work as intended, and we will hopefully see that by let me spawn in some ships for myself. Oh, they're already locking and absolutely destroying everything. Obviously, this is not exactly what we want because we don't want them to actually be wrecking ships that far away. But yeah, so I'll show what the problem is. So targeting manager. Basically, this is a visualization of the targeting system, and all these blue dots are chunks, I think. And basically, so the yellow chunks here, so things that are yellow have, we're looking from blue's perspective. Things that are yellow have enemies in them. So you can see this planet has neutral enemies. This moon has one dude. And then also, then these other tiles, which are highlighted in blue over here that are not the yellow ones, are basically, they're chunks where you could shoot at a target from, basically. So if there's targets here, you could potentially be shooting at them from any of these chunks around it, right? You can't, so yeah, it's not only the chunk that the targets are in is the one you can shoot at. So basically the problem is I kind of made the assumption that, like, basically I just searched for an active, so what the snipers do in their targeting is they just search for a chunk, basically one of these areas, where there is a I think it's just any one of these blue ones. So, and then it tries to, or maybe it's these yellow ones. So it tries to search for one of those chunks where there is a yellow thing, which basically means there are enemies there. So, and that basically just means it can shoot anywhere and just wreck anything right now, which is not intended. It's just I guess made a mistake in my assumption. So I need to. You can enjoy the snipers just absolutely wrecking everything right now. Let's see. So the snipers have eliminated all enemies within a huge range here, which is fun. You can see now they're locked onto some turrets around the sun. But basically, we want snipers to only be able to shoot at enemies that
the sun has been freed.
That have, like, your teammates nearby. So I'm trying to think about the best way to approach this. Okay. Now we're looking from a red perspective. This requires some thought, so you guys can enjoy the lovely visuals while I ponder this question myself. I don't know. I think my I'm not sure quite what happened. Maybe I got disconnected from the network. But But okay, let me try to break this problem down a little bit. So you only want the snipers to shoot at targets if those like targets where that the sniper would be shooting at can shoot at your team. Effectively, that's sort of what's the at stake, right? So you want the targets to only be basically you want the snipers to only barrage ships that can see your ships. And in fact, that's the same thing as saying like, you only want to be able to shoot at ships that your dudes can see. So I'm trying to, basically the complicated part of that is like, it sounds simple on paper. I'm just thinking about how to integrate that into the system that we have. Because I think it was this problem, I thought it was more trivial when I first did it. So let me think. I think the targeting. Let me walk through another game here. All right. Just booting up the game. Alright, and our snipers are already, of course, wrecking these dudes. There we go, this is what I want to look at. Alright, so I'm thinking there's maybe like a way where basically like these snipers are just taking them out. Holy, okay. But maybe there's a way to do it so that this is like, if we go over there, then those will be active. Okay. I have a solution for now. But it's sort of not the best. Basically, I have a solution, but it would make it so that like, if anyone is in range of those ships, like your sniper, like if say a red team is attacking a neutral planet, then as soon as red team starts attacking them, my snipers would just like lock onto red team and just start wrecking them. The other potential option is to make it so that the other option is that like whenever a sniper tries to shoot at an enemy, it basically checks like, are there any of my teammates like in that same chunk with them? But that might not have the desired outcome because your ships can look at each other from different chunks, so that doesn't really perfectly solve that problem. But for the sake of just getting something working, I think I'm going to go with my my solution. Basically, like, you have to, when you try to get the long range target, you have to, that chunk has to be active just in general. So it has to be active, not, let me think about this. I also want to see about that. I want to make sure I'm looking at the visualization. Where does it do the yellow thing? Yellow if the ship count is good. Okay. So yeah, we can use this chunks active thing. All right. So get long range target. And I was hoping some of this, I thought I had a working system that I wouldn't have to work on stream, because this is a little more technical right now with the targeting system. But hopefully it shouldn't take that long, and then we'll get back to the fun stuff like potentially adding a laser sight and things, and adding a new sniper bullet, I suppose. But let's see. So, if the chunk is active for the team you're on, yeah, and like, and the chunk is active. Basically, like, if you find a targetable, so I'm gonna create a new thing. So now we're just going to, well, first if we make it past this, I'm wondering if we can just do this. I'm not sure if this is how it, okay, that's definitely not how it works. All right, yeah, so basically break this out, turn this into a new statement within here. So targeting team ID equals this. And now we can just say, okay, make sure we don't shoot at a friendly, you know, we don't want to shoot at one of our allies. And then we need to make sure that this this enemy basically has a target. So yeah, so if this chunk, let me see, this. If this chunk and basically it's like a bit mask, but it's a little bit technical. And the mask, no, this is just 1 shifted by target team ID plus 1. Greater than 0. Okay, I think that should do it for now. This might not be the most ideal solution, but it should mean our snipers won't just barrage those random poor turrets that are just sitting there minding their own business until somebody goes and like engages with them. So let's see. I went to the asteroids map, but it looks like now our snipers are not engaging them. But if I go over there to that planet with some non-snipers, like this shield was perfect. If I go over here now our snipers should be able to support our attack, and now they should stop being able to do so. Cool. All right, okay. That is our basic sniper logic, right? And of course now, oh, what are they? They're trying, I think they have a potential target that's way too far. Holy crap. They're targeting all the way over here. And that's why I should not have increased the range of those guys. So I'm going to quickly reduce that. Does not need to be absolutely massive like that. Alright, so this can now go back to 8 like was originally anticipated. And honestly, it should probably be less, so I'm just going to say that's 6 now. Alright. Now we have let there be snipers, I suppose. So the next thing to do is we don't really want snipers to shoot the basic laser. Like, yeah, that's technically... Like, I don't think the sniper bullet, for now, will do anything different than a basic laser. Maybe it explodes, so I'm not sure how OP that would be. But basically, we just don't want it to look like a basic laser. It just kind of looks anticlimactic when it's zooming super far across the map. So here's our sniper ship, and as you can see, here's our laser. Let's see, where's this? Okay, this is it. And this is our lovely little laser. That will shoot out, and as you can see, it's like kind of long for a bullet, but like I feel like when you look at it, it looks a bit smaller. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna create a new type of laser, in the same way that there's the heavy laser. We're gonna call this a sniper laser, for lack of a better thing to call it. And let's see. So we have a, let me look at the laser code. Effectively, we want to make this The most basic thing to do would just be make this, I think it could be a bit wider. Just basically it's just a little bigger of a bullet. Make it wider. Basically we just want to make it noticeable. And I'll just make this like 0.7. We can experiment around with this. Or like if you're just seeing this from far away, and that looks alright. What do you guys think? Oh. Would it be better? Would having the targeting chunks track who is targeting help? Who can be targeted? Potentially. I mean, it's technical. I'll probably think about it off stream of ways to improve the logic. Yeah, glad you're here though, Nathan. All right, so I'm not sure what the. Let's see about this laser code of how this works, because I'm not sure exactly how the scaling of the laser works. I want to make sure there's... Okay, so yeah, it looks like there's currently hard-coded into it. There's this fact that it has a certain length. But maybe we will... What I'm going to do is... We're going to create a new script. Let's just do that now. A new projectile called sniper laser. Maybe there's a better word for this, like long range laser or something, but for now we'll just call it the sniper laser because that's what it is. And so this is of course a laser, just like the heavy laser is also a laser that just does special things. So, but this I think for now is going to be fairly trivial. All we want to do effectively is change this length parameter. And what I'm going to do is just make a function which we can override and tell it to do something different. But it'll be a virtual float called get length, and it will just return length. But why this is important is, do I have a, where's the length used? Just want to make sure this isn't used all over the place. Okay, great. This will allow us, if we replace length here with get length, then with the sniper laser, we can override that function. Override get length. And now we can return whatever we want. And in this case, our current thing is 0.7 long. Maybe we can even make it more extreme, like 0.75. We can just return that value. And if we wanted to, you know, make it explode or whatever, we could do that, but I'm not sure if that's wholly necessary for now. Though, it might be cool to just do something. So, maybe it could just explode. Let's just leave. We'll see how it looks for now. So now I'm going to add a sniper laser. And I'm not sure if it should move faster or not than a normal laser. Yeah, it could potentially be a beam. I was thinking about that. But I didn't want to... Basically, I didn't want to have to deal with... like, because I wanted to stay consistent with the laser mechanics, right? If it hits a shield. Does that... What do you mean by bolt? What is it? So it's a projectile, or what is... Oh, for sniper bolt? Yeah, no, that... Oh, okay. I'll just as I say that, I realize I'll have to rename the script, but that's fine. We can call it the sniper bolt. It's no longer the sniper laser. But then, do I want to do this? I'm not convinced. Maybe it should be. Not important. Okay, yeah. For now, just because it is a laser, I'm just going to call it the laser. And also for reference, though, I want to get out my normal laser so I can actually... there's some positioning stuff I have to do. Mainly I have to make sure that this, the pivot, right, that is at the front of the laser, and clearly it's not at the front of the laser here. So I'm just going to try to imagine that point in my head effectively and just drag this back and see how close I get. Close, a little more. too far. I don't know if there's a better way to do this in Unity, but too far. Well, go on. There you go. Perfect. All right, sniper laser. This beefy super Chad laser. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to go to where this is stored as a prefab, and like we made the sniper ship a prefab, we're going to make this a prefab as well. And now what we can do with this is, I'm actually going to make this faster too, because I don't want the travel times to be insane. I'm going to go into the ship class manager, and now we can actually assign this as a new type of projectile this shoots. So we can go with the sniper, and down here, as you can see, normally it's shooting a projectile, which is the laser, but now we're going to call this sniper laser instead. Right, great. And now we are going to just, well, remove this. Actually, oh, that reminds me. Something we have to do now is make sure that the laser starts from a good position within the thing. And so maybe it can start from, I mean, maybe it just emanates exactly from this. Obviously, this tail of the thing won't be there, but so maybe it'll literally just come out of the thing. Like so. Actually, I think 0 is probably fine, like it is now. So that's not a concern anymore. All right. Now let's see how it looks. Now I'm gonna actually go to full screen mode on here with the game, so we can see, get the full POV. Gonna go into advanced game. All right, where are my snipers at? There they are. As you can see, they're locked and loaded, ready to wreck these guys. We gather an attack force. All right, and let's go in, and now our snipers should be barraging these guys. I think one of the problems currently with the snipers is having multiple, is they tend to target the same guy, and they'll just like wreck him and overkill him, which is also a problem with the current ship targeting in general. But maybe there will be a way to like randomize the targets a little bit of which ones the snipers pick. That way, we won't have this problem necessarily. So now if I attack here, well, I don't know if we'll have sniper support at this range. Okay, clearly we didn't, so we can move the snipers up to this planet. Go. And now we have a bunch of snipers here, and of course we will be able to, maybe even if I just go in with a shield and a missile, we could take these guys out. Oh. And they're really wrecking these guys. Yeah, that is anticlimactic when they hit and there's no target left there. That's the kind of the problem with having a longer travel time, is like by the time that it reaches it, there might not be the ship might have gotten destroyed and it might look kind of bad. There are probably ways to fix that. Maybe just the first way is just making them a lot faster. Now that we made them longer, I think we can afford to make them faster. Yeah, but I'm also going to quickly, you know, what's up, Anakin? No, yeah, it's exciting. I'm gonna quickly run to the bathroom and I'll be right back. All right, I am back. And just for anyone joining late, just as we're implementing the new sniper ship, which basically is a long range ship. But the idea is to make it balanced, is that it can only shoot at targets like within range of your ships, so they can basically support an attack rather than just purely like barrage planets all the time. But we encountered some difficulties with the targeting system, but have some sort of semi-working state with the targeting. I'll probably fix it up more off stream because it's might require some refactors and some stuff that is a little more technical and not the most exciting stuff. But that being said, we're already getting some cool results with the sniper. And something I think that would be cool to add is like I kind of liked the the red lines, that like the snipers have, like the sniper like sight, and so it would be cool in my opinion to have the snipers have some sort of like sight that I guess like is almost like a laser sight, that when they're targeting and looking towards a ship, they have this like laser which is going, you can see from like far away, and it's like targeting the ship, which could look really cool. So unless there are any objections, I'm gonna add a cool laser sight to the sniper ships, because what sniper is complete without a laser sight? All right. So basically in Unity we can have line renderers, which render a line pretty much. And so we use one to have those like pre-simulation trails in front of the ships. And now we're going to have one, I'm going to call this laser. We'll just call this sight, because I don't want to call it a laser sight, because laser is like also a thing that's shot. So we'll just call this the sight. And the sight starts just back here. Yeah, that looks good. All right. And then the site needs a line renderer, and of course that's not exactly what we want, but we're gonna just have it, we're gonna tweak some parameters here. Actually, I'm gonna start by just copying the parameters of the lines that extend out in front of ships when they move, which should just give us a nice starting point where that we can build off of. All right, so we have this site. Now I think there's like some positions in here. No, there's 0. So let's get some just so we can visualize this. And then we'll have one just going out in front of it. Come on. Is this too small, or why can I not see this? Remove these. Could make it. Oh, I see it. It's down there. All right. So let's see. I need to make it into local space so that it moves with the ship, which is a setting. Okay, I'm looking for like, come on, where's this? Is it up here? Positions. Use world. Okay, there we go. It should not use world space. And now that means we can set its position in local space, and it will, do cool stuff. I need to, the next thing, we're going to obviously have this changing color to be the team color or something like that. But we'll just leave it as white for now. And then what the ship can control its laser sight. So now we actually get to go into our long range shooting ship and do some fun stuff. So in order to do this sight, so I guess here's how I imagine the laser sight working. Once the ship has a target, the sight sort of comes online, and as it rotates towards the target, the sight gets like stronger, and it's initially transparent, and it then rotates and gets solid, and then once it is full, basically once it's pointing at the thing, then it'll shoot, and that's about it. But basically the intensity of the line, it gets more intense the more it's like looking at the target. That way it's sort of like not like a charge up, but like yeah. Okay. And then I think I'm debating whether it should like fade out at the end, even if it has a target, but I think that's probably fine. And obviously we'll have to adjust the scale of the line, the length, to match how far away the target is. All right, so how we can do that is by going into here, and the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to store a reference to our lovely line renderer. We'll call this site LR for line renderer. And now I'm just going to override. We have a nice initialization function for all the ships, which is just called when they're created. And then I need to just get this reference. So we'll find within the transform so I think we called it the site. And then we'll just get the line renderer from that. Great. Okay. So now we have a reference to the site, or well, specifically to the line renderer on the site. And the first thing we can do is just when we set our team ID on, what is this called? Team. Where? Let me see. I need to look on, I think, the ship, or it's the troop. I just want to find out. I have a function that gets called when you set the team ID. So it's just called set team. Oh, I was looking in public. So void set team. So now when we set our team, we'll also go and get our site dot. I think we have to set our start color. I think we're going to need to store, like, basically we'll have, basically what I'm trying to set is in this line renderer right here, we have this curve, right? So it has one color that's for the start, or for the, well, I guess this is the start of the line, and then another color for the end. But there's also these transparencies. So this color here is actually a transparent version of the color that's here. So what I can do is just have, I think, two constants. Well, actually, for now, we're going to get the color of the team, and we're just going to set it to that. So team color equals team measure. Just get team base color, which is the average color of the team, with the traditional, color everything is on the team. And then we can say the start color and the end color equals this new color. And I guess, well, we didn't do that much. But the most basic thing we can do is like make the line turn on when we get a target and then turn off, and then we'll test with that. So, and by default, I'm going to make it, when we get this site, we're going to turn off dot enabled equals false. So we turn it off by default, but then it's on, I think it's trying to find the function. We have a lot of infrastructure for this. So on acquired target, and we can override on lost target. And now we can turn off whenever we lose the target. We can turn off the site, and whenever we acquire a target, we'll turn it on. And now let's see what this looks like. Of course, it's not going to scale in length just yet, but it should turn on and be that team color. Though actually, I want to make the end of it not transparent. So alpha is 0, and then, yeah, there we go. So now when it sets the end color of the line, it should be transparent. So we have maintain the same visuals as we do here. All right. Now I can just go right back into the game and we'll see how it looks. Going through the lobby. Now we're in the game. And our snipers do not have sights on which is good, because they should start with it active. But as soon as I toss some dude into the forces, now they have their sights on, and they clearly took them out easily. Light work. Oh. I accidentally hit the hotkey for lose.
Blue
but
team has been eliminated.
so let's
Red team won.
let's look at that again real quick, where I don't immediately jam the lose hotkey. Okay, so let's spawn some ships in. And I'm just gonna send some snipers in too. Now they have their laser sights, and then they turn them off when they lose their target. Cool. Alright. And then we want to make them scale in length, right? Because we want to see the snipers like sort of beams focused on their enemies. I think. Do we have like on a live update? I'm just trying to think on rotating. Yeah. Okay. So any basically now this function gets called every time we're rotating towards the target, and this is perfect because this is what we want to use. So we want to use this to make our laser as like long enough effectively, so that it goes all the way to the target. So what we can do is we will do a couple things. So first we need to get the distance to the target. Float distance to target, and that's just, we already have this to target vector, and we can just get the magnitude, which is the length of that. Great, so now we have the distance, and what we can do with that is we can set the second position to be equal to our, well, I guess in this case it would be new vector 3, and because we're in local space, this is just like a length in front of us, so this is like basically projected out. This will make the line as long as the distance to the target. Obviously, now when we're rotating around, it'll look really whack because it'll just be like long and pointed at the wrong direction. But we can just see how this looks in game. The main thing we care about is how it looks when we're actually pointing towards the target. Alright. Maybe I should also cut back on the amount of snipers as well. Okay, so now they are aiming at these ships. But as you can see, it looks kind of weird when they turn and it's all active. But let's move our snipers up for the, we'll play a little bit, and then we will go back and do that fancy fading effect of the line. Go! Okay, I thought I grabbed people, but I did not. Go! Engage! Oh, whoops. But now our snipers are all... We can see our red snipers shooting our stuff too, because they're currently kind of broken in the targeting. But as you can see, we're really lining up our shots and just wrecking these guys over there, which is awesome. Yeah, a lot of fun. Yeah. Yo, what's up, God of Sweat? Alright, so now effectively want to make the sight more visible as we rotate more towards our target. So I'm going to first define basically like a factor of what angle we want it to start to be visible at. And so maybe 20 degrees is appropriate. I'm not sure. Oh, whoops. I forgot to name this. Max visibility, max sight visibility angle. Alright, great. Okay. Why is everything... Okay, there we go. And now, the same place here, we will also get the angle towards target, angle to target, and this is equal to our the difference, so the vector3.angle between our transform.forward, which is our like the direction the ship is facing, and to target. And now, what I can do is we're going to be setting the color, and I'm actually going to site color. We'll just store this here, and now with the site color, every time we have it active and we're rotating towards the target, first thing we'll do is set the site target dot a equals, well, okay, I lied. The first thing we're going to do is come up with a ratio between 0 and 1 of how visible the laser is. So we'll call this site visibility, and this is equal, we're going to want to clamp it between the 0 and 1 range. This is equal to 1 minus the angle to target divided by the max site visibility. So the good way of like verifying that this is right is, let's think about the extremes. Okay, if our angle to target is 0, then we want the site visibility to 1, right, to be full. So if it's 0, this would make this term 0 and we end up with 1. Great. The other case is if our angle is, say, well, let's say our angle is the site visibility angle, which is, so it should be 0 at that. Then this would be max site visibility divided by itself, which is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. And then if it's anything greater than that, then that also is then clamped to 0. Cool. Now that we have site visibility, what we can do is site color.a equals site visibility. This is the start of the line. And so then we can do site lr dot start color equals site color. And then we always have the like end of it not being visible, or it's always faded out, so you can simply set the end color to that as well. And I think actually here we don't even need to bother doing that because this happens every frame. It's active. Okay. Cool. Let's see the results, I suppose. Also, I've determined it's generally better to do like have these equal to the square of these, because we want it to be the it'll basically look nicer if we use an exponential increase. Just some things you learn over the years, I suppose. But it should look pretty good. Alright, let's see this. Alright, we've got some snipers. Great. I'm gonna grab some dudes. Go! I'm pretty sure that looked good. I'm not... Let's... Maybe the snipers should rotate even slower. That might be nice as well. Yeah, as you can see, the line is definitely like being more visible as it goes in. So a few things that initially came to my mind is the sniper should rotate slower. That way you get to see it like, oh, the laser's like, you know, moving slower towards it, and it could be a more cool moment. So I'm gonna make it rotate really slow, actually. So it takes a little bit before your snipers are honed in. And let's just see how that looks. And we might need to also tweak that angle of the sight as well. But I am not sure yet until I see this. Alright. I think we have too many... The one other problem is now they rotate so slow that they can't really follow their orbit well. So obviously we're gonna have to increase that, but I just want to see. We could also do a weird thing where we're like, I don't know. The best solution is we'll see. They already got slaughtered before this. Oh. Alright. Oh, they took out that moon. Let's move our forces up. Spawn more, because why not? Invade! Snipers, support! A? Okay, well our attack got shut down pretty hard, but our snipers did support. Okay, also, the wonky rotation is something I'm about to fix. Also, I think the angle can be decreased maybe to like 13 degrees. Kind of arbitrary, but I think that's a good amount. And then, yes, so we need to increase the rotation speed. So we can go into here, and I'm not sure how fast these actually need to rotate, but maybe hopefully 70 will be enough, and we'll quickly check that that is the case. Okay, it's still like whack because I don't know how to rotate fast enough. Oh, maybe that was just because they just spawned and now they look like they can. For the most part. Okay, they definitely need to be faster. Let's try 100. Hopefully that should be enough. And then my main complaints about the snipers still lie in the targeting thing, which don't know if I'm going to get into that on stream because it's, as I was saying earlier, it's a little technical and I'm still not sure of the best solution. So I'll have to think about it on my own time. But something we can definitely do is start to introduce these to like a map or two. And I can show, I've never shown about the map creation before, so we can definitely do that. But let me grab some dudes, and now let's invade. Snipers, take them out. Okay, well they definitely did something. I'm volunteering this sniper up as an offering. And that's another problem. If a ship is above the enemy, the snipers will also target it because they... Oh! Dude got wrecked. Yeah, take him out. Just invade. Sent the sniper invasion force. There's obviously a lot of snipers right now, and they're very much overkilling some of these ships. But that is cool. Alright. So, basic version of snipers is definitely in and working. So what I'd like to do is, well, first I'm going to, I guess, remove them from the default configuration. Or at least, well, I'll need to think about this. But effectively, you know, you're not going to spawn with snipers. But I'm wondering if you guys have any ideas. Nice. I'm wondering if you have ideas about what kind of, you know, map might be interesting for there to be like a... I mean, the only ways I think you could get a sniper would be like if there's, you know, those special production planets. That's a sniper planet. But I'm thinking there could be a cool map where you could have, you could get snipers, and maybe the map is designed in a way where that snipers are like really valuable, or just maybe it's just like a normal map but just tweaked a little bit. So yeah, so what I'm gonna first do is just copy a map like standard, which is, you know, a lovely map. Or let's call this map, and map 2 just means map for 2 teams. Snipers, for lack of a better name, and I'll call this snipers. All right, and turning back on our orbit lines, and I'm going to turn off these blue big rings, are the power radiuses of different planets. I'm going to turn off the home base power transmitter and the what I think it's called base power transmitter. So yep, right up there. then I'm also going to turn off, these white circles are kind of annoying, but these are the the bases, I think they're called static gravity well, something like that. Or no, they're just called gravity well G. Right here. Okay. So what we're looking at is the standard map, and so as you can see, we have Bogfog was saying yeah, like maybe more spread out than other maps. Yeah, no, that could be something very interesting, right? And so I like that idea, and we can run with a little bit more of a spread out map or something. But so this is standard. We can base our map on this, or this just I duplicated the standard map. And what I'm thinking is we want like 2 planets or something that are sniper planets. And it'd be cool to be able to mass produce them a little bit. So actually, I wonder if well, we have a lovely thing called the bomb factory, which is, here, let me remove one of these teams. The bomb factory basically is just, it's from the campaign scenario with the nukes. It's like it's just a planet with 3 moons around it, which is kind of cool because it allows us to produce more at this, because we have 3 moons around one special production planet would mean we can produce a lot, which is I think what we want. You want like you want a lot of snipers. So what I'm gonna do is kind of create a variant of this. I'm actually gonna first unpack this. That way I separate the thing, but I'm gonna call this a sniper factory. And then we can mess around with it a little bit. So this special production planet, it creates snipers in the middle. I mean, beyond that, there's not too much special about it. I guess it can have 20 turrets defending it. Seems like a pretty good amount. And then I'm just gonna, I guess to differentiate it a little bit from the bomb planet, I'm just gonna mix up these orbits a little bit. Maybe make them kind of slanted, something cool. Not sure. This other orbit can be a little more flatter, because I usually make the large orbits more flat, but that looks cool. I'm just gonna save this as a prefab. That way we can use this as a map component, I suppose. So okay, great. Now we have a sniper factory. I'm wondering if it might be cool to have the sniper factories like on the same orbit as the home base, like way out here, you know? So you have to like go into the sides of the map to get the sniper factories, and it could be kind of cool. Any opinions on that? And I guess we're gonna make it a little bit more of a spaced out map. So I'll move this main this home base ring maybe back to like 12.5 just to make it a little bigger. That means I don't have to move this back, but I will. 12.5. This can be at 12.5. And now we have our sniper factories out here. These just need to be printed to this ring out here. So we've got a sniper factory for one team, and there'll be a mirrored one on the other. We're basically just making one side of this map, and then we're gonna duplicate it and flip it around, so it's a mirrored symmetrical map. Cool. So you got to go out of your way to this sniper planet, or this sniper factory, to get snipers. In terms of the other aspects of the map, we have standard. So this is probably this is just a normal production planet, which you can use to boost your production, which is an element I like to just have in all maps, where you can go directly from your home base, which has 2 moons, to a planet that you can use to produce more ships at. And then this being standard, it also has a torpedo ship factory, or just a torpedo planet towards the sun, which we may or may not need. And then we also have over here, I think this is for point defense, and I like having point defense planets because I play with just the traditional mode, which is where you get laser ships, torpedoes, and not torpedoes. You get laser ships, missile ships, and shield ships, and then you can fight for control of the point defense planets and stuff. But I'm thinking we probably don't need a torpedo planet here, as we want the focus of this map to be about snipers. So, and sometimes the inner ring planets can get a little wonky. So, unless there's any objections, I will probably just remove the torpedo planet. And because we did add another planet for the snipers. And there might be other ways to make this map more interesting. I'm going to tweak the orbits a little bit. What I can do is just add a normal, which is basically the up direction of this orbit, that I'll set right here. And we can make this kind of interesting. Just tilt it, some interesting way. And that's kind of extreme, but that's kind of also cool. I like extreme orbits. Maybe I'll, do we think the outer home base orbit should be flat, or should we do something wonky with it? I'm not sure. Alternatively, well, actually, I was going to say we could throw in some elliptical orbit, like maybe the sniper planets go around in a weird way, but maybe it's fine. Just keep things a little simple. All right. Yeah, you do like wonky, yeah. I'm trying to think of something that would not be like broken or something weird. Maybe I'm not quite sure. Maybe these here, let's just experiment a little bit. So making a new orbit ring, which can be I guess I'm gonna call this sniper ring, where these sniper factories now reside on this new orbit here. And there's 2 sniper factories, of course. One of them is on the other side of the map. And maybe these go, where's my, okay, and what I want to do is set the first control point, which basically these are ways we can, these are points at which like determine the orbit. Now if I do this, we can see we can make it an elliptical orbit. Of course we can make it really dumb, but we probably won't do that. But maybe what we can do is play around with the tilt of this. Let me see. Now we could tilt this orbit. In theory, I'm wondering how bad this would be. Okay. The problem with this, actually, I see no problems. Let's just do it. I see no problems. We could do something cool, like where it's some really extreme thing. Maybe it has to be a little higher, and maybe I'll make this initial part this a little flatter. So the sniper planets can go over on top of the map. This might be like crazy. I have no idea how this is gonna work out, but they can go like up and over, sorta. And I need to make sure that these orbits, yeah, I'm not sure what the interloper from the Outer Wilds is, but I've heard good things about that game. What I'm going to do is to make sure, basically the only problem is that, like, theoretically, if a home base, like, if these orbits rotated at different speeds, like, your home base could be here, this could, like, drop on it. But I think if I just synchronize the speed of this orbit with the home base ones, it should always be in, like, a cycle where that doesn't happen. So what I can do is get this orbit ring wonky. on the wonky one. That's also on the wonky one. Great. Okay, we can make this match the speed of this other orbit. So that means now that it should move at the same speed as this one. And now I'm going to duplicate this, and we're going to add the second player. There. Wild map. Let's make sure I need to increase this a little bit to 14. Just this is like the outer. Oh, I guess I need to make it a little bit bigger. There we go. All right. Cool. Let us check out this map. I'm hoping it should be interesting, and it definitely looks that way. All right. So custom. Let's find this map. Snipers. Of course, we don't have a icon for the snipers, so they look like nukes right now. But this is definitely a map. Yeah, geez, this looks sick. As you can see, there's snipers defending these planets diligently. Let's see if we can. Obviously, I'm not in VR, so I can't play this the best. But you know, let's get a decent little start going. Wormhole. Yep. Get that. They're already coming for my base. Okay. What? Flip it? Oh, I'm actually kind of bad. Oh, there we go. Flip it. All right. I know this is not the most riveting gameplay from the playing first person with keyboard and mouse. All right. Do we have enough troops to push it? Maybe, maybe not. Let's just go in though. Screw it. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. No! Gather them. Gather them. Chase. Get him. Clearly. Oh my. No! Send them back over. Okay, screw it. I'm spawning ships in. You can call me a hacker or whatever, but I can't be bothered. He already took the planet. Go in. Attack. There we go. Alright, the bot is... Oh my god, we're getting sniped! Trying to take over this base. It's gonna be a struggle to push in, but you know, we're just gonna spawn some troops and then go in. Attack! The Great Invasion! Oh, it's rough though. Shields up, shields up! More troops, more troops! Maybe we don't need 20 turrets defending these guys if they're really OP. Attack! Invade! Get them! Once you get in their face though, they go down pretty easy. This is definitely a cool map though. Come on, you're gonna... Then we gotta get these moons. Ultimate sniper production. Okay, just give me some troops. An attack. Nice. Alright. Oh! Our first delivery? We got a sniper. Oh, let's go. And now... we've got this sick-ass map. Okay. This is cool. I think people will enjoy this. It's going to be a really interesting map. It's definitely open, too. It's very spacious. Alright. So, the last thing I'm going to do is... obviously, the snipers can't look like nukes. That's really lame. So what we're gonna do is open Figma, which is a program I used to do art for the game, and we're gonna open up our design file, which has the icons of all the ships. And now we're gonna just bang out a new icon. So if I'm gonna pull up, I can pull up my reference image. Well, let me see. I should be able to look at these at the same time. Oh no, I moved it to my second monitor. Okay, there. All right, now I can work on this little icon. This is now the sniper ship icon. It shouldn't take that long. All we really have to do is, well, okay, goodbye on that thing. There's sort of like a long section, right? This part of it is rounded off. We have then a like a little wing panel too that comes out the back of here. Something like this, pretty much. Now we can fill that, and we'll give this a little bit of rounding, not that much. I think this corner could deserve a little more. Cool. And now we can extend this to include that like middle section, which I can just represent like this. And then we can have the little thruster on it, which I can just do as a rectangle. And then I can bring these in. Again, I'm not sure about the scale of things. We can group these, duplicate this, flip that. It's looking a little, I don't think it's long enough. Come on, there. Okay. And I guess we can have those little focus rings here too. It's a bit harder to represent on the icon though. Maybe, I'm not sure the best. Maybe these can have a maybe these can be what I usually do here is just have this, and then outside, not sure what is this, 16. Okay, go in 16. Move these little rectangles behind that, and that looks better, I think. We can have like a little thing like that, and maybe these should also be outside of the union as well. Actually, no, I think those are part. This could be potentially also outside of that. It's up to us about how we want this to sort of look. Round this off a little bit. Maybe that's cool. I'm not sure about the last part, whether it should be front or behind. It's in front, it might. That's probably a little better. That looks pretty much like it does in game. Group everything, recenter it. We can always change this later on if we don't like how it looks. And I want to make sure this is behind everything. That way. There we go. Cool. And then maybe I can want to get these. I want to union these, which just means make them all one shape. Which was I just need to do. Okay. Clearly left something out, which is this, which should also be in that when I union these things. And now what I can do is apply some rounding to this. And then I just need to add a stroke, not inside, of course, like that. Though I don't actually want to round, well, maybe I don't want to round this union, I'm not sure. Maybe this can move back a little. And then this can, maybe I want to make this whole thing a little bit bigger. And this can move up. I feel like this spacing though is not the right amount. Let me see. It is 8. Oh yeah, that's not the right amount. 16. There. All right. Cool. That is our sniper. And now we will export it into our project. So that is at here, here. Let's see. I believe it's in textures, icons. No, I don't think it's in there. It's in maybe it's in here? I don't know. Let's see. Where are the other, come on, other ship icons? Oh, okay. I'm going to Unity to look. Now we can figure out where these are stored. In textures, like icons. Where's like laser ship icon? Yeah, here. Where is this stored? Reveal yourself. In sprites? Oh, okay. Sure. Which means I was in the wrong about this. It should be sprites, ship icons. Bam. All right, now it shows up. Just got to set up some import settings. What are these? 256. Okay. Stuff like making this a sprite instead of a texture. There we go. Now I have our icon, and now we can finally go into Ship Class Manager. Now I can go all the way down here, and now we don't have to use the nuke icon. We can use the sniper ship icon. And now, in terms of a description for this, is this was for the nuke, so it's a single-use guided missile. I guess it was also misspelled. Bam. Okay. A single. Okay. The sniper is like let's just compare it to like maybe maybe a heavy laser ship is similar. Shoots short-range explosive lasers. All right. So shoots long-range lasers at. I want to try to describe a bit about its ability to shoot at. What was Beyblade? All right. Shoots long range lasers at targets at enemies in range of your ships. Okay. Great. All right. Now, when we see the map, I'm gonna go pull up back to the sniper's map. snipers, and now they actually have the icon there, which is awesome. And now these planets have sniper icons. This is sick. Awesome, I like this map. It's very interesting. We'll see how it plays out. Yeah. Do we need an asteroid belt? Nah. Could be fun, but nah. We don't need an asteroid belt. Angryful, I'm on an alpha version. I'm not going to join your room right now. Because I gotta go soon also. So I'm going to wrap up the stream after I invade these sniper planets again. Alright. We're just going straight for this planet. Oh, the poor bot went for this moon, only to be absolutely wrecked by snipers. Alright, I'm not confident in our chances. I spawned some ships in, but we're gonna go to this moon first. Then we're gonna make our attack. Attack! Oh, the snipers are fighting back, but it's no use. I'm in their range. Okay, but the fact that there's 20 turrets is not helping. Maybe I need to decrease the amount of turrets here. Oh, the snipers take him out. Oh my god, they have an endless amount of missiles. Okay, I'm spawning a bunch of ships. There's no way we lose this now. The reinforcements are coming. Take them out! Yes! Okay. And look at this red drone. That could have been my sniper, but no, he's gonna take it all the way back to the home planet later. Alright. Go in, attack. Kill the turret. Yes. Good job. I just want snipers. This. He's having trouble taking over the other sniper planet. Which makes sense. He's also trying to invade our home. Come on. Mine! Mine, ye drones, mine. Oh! We got a sniper! Oh! Just took out some guy. The sniper factories might be a little OP. And the snipers are definitely busted, a little busted in their current state, but you know, it's all in good fun. Oh. Yeah, I have plans of how I'm gonna rework them. I just need to do it on my own time because it's kind of lame. Oh, but yeah, they're starting to take them out. Oh, oh, they're getting sniped even from up there. It's brutal. Okay, maybe the last thing I'll do is decrease the sniper range a little bit, which is just in the targeting menu. And so I'm going to decrease this to like, I don't even know, like 5. I mean, that's not a significant decrease, but probably better than it is now. And let's see. Now, and then I'm just going to make the sniper factory have less initial turrets defending it, maybe like 15 instead. All right. So in terms of next stuff to expect, so these snipers will make it into the next beta. I'm not going to release it right now because the targeting with the snipers is still a little broken, but it'll probably come out over the weekend, maybe on Sunday, I'm not sure. Yeah, so expect the snipers to come soon, and I think there might even, with them, I might release a new campaign level. In fact, there might even be 2 new ones because I want to do one where you unlock the God of Defense, and then I've been meaning to do that before, but then I was like, oh, you can't just unlock like 3 gods in a row. I gotta have like some other levels in between. But now that I have snipers, that could make for a very interesting level. So I could put that as like in between the current like god of stealth. Then you do the sniper level, and then you do the god of defense level, and that could be really cool. Um, and so yeah, expect that in the next beta. I'm not sure. I can't promise when that'll come out. Um, and yeah, if you any of you wanted to catch more of the stream or early on, I'm sure it's gonna it's recorded on Twitch, and we'll probably upload that to YouTube or whatever. But yeah, well, thank you guys for coming. And if you have any feedback on I know you can't play with the snipers yet, but if you have any initial thoughts on them, feel free to leave them in the Discord, and I will certainly do my best to address them. Right. Later, guys. It was a lot of fun, and have a good weekend.